Now I invite participants of negative group. The speakers are Sahiti, Manjula, Nagarani, Satish and Krishna Priya. Now I request the moderator to begin the debate.
Respected members of the staff and the debaters, one of the most essential skill every person need to have is debating skill, argument. Some of the powerful speakers have changed even the very history of the world. Take the case of Mark Antony. Because of his 3 powerful speeches, he changed the destiny of the world. Or in the case of Martin Luther King Jr., he led not army, a group of 12 lakhs people, and his famous speech, "I have a dream," that simply changed the very history of America. And in our country, the powerful speech of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the destiny changing. So I am very glad that these are the people whose brain is really trained. So congratulations in anticipation. Now, one word for the debate. Teachers, it is not your opinion that matters. How many points they are telling for them? What are the arguments on which they are basing their topic? You may have a different opinion about the things, but which team is arguing, giving maximum points, convincing points? That is what you are looking. Not your idea about the topic what they are talking. So please be careful when you judge. Students, you also judge which team is arguing with the maximum amount of points. Count the points, valid points. Then you tell me why this I am going to vote for them or why I vote against them. One team is for the proposal, another team is against the proposal. So argue with maximum conviction, as fiercely as possible. If you observe some of the debates that takes place in the Indian Parliament, our blood gets boiled, such kind of powerful speakers. And if you want to go in any political field, any social field, you should and you must and you ought to have the skill to debate. For that you have to be very, very careful in listening. Then second point, read. Improve your knowledge level. And third one, improve your vocabulary. Whether it is in Telugu, Hindi or English, unless you have the complete mastery of a language, you will not be able to put your word effectively. Therefore, learn the language if you want to be a leader. Today you are a reader, tomorrow a leader. So read as much possible. Read means learn. So today you are a reader, tomorrow you are going to be a leader and improve your debating skill. All the best. Now those who propose get 1 minute or 2 minutes. I think it is already given to you. Then other party alternate. It's okay. Then we will look into it. Teachers, look for the points. I request teachers to separately sit, don't sit together. You will be influenced by the neighboring teachers. You please sit in different places. Your judgment will be influenced by the neighboring teachers. Students also please observe which boy or girl has the maximum debating skill, and we will declare after the result who is the best debater of the school, and he will grow or she will grow. Okay, the time begins. Timekeeper, are you ready? Yes.
Good morning, dear respected moderators, judges, and my dear Israelites. I, D. Jahnavi from 10th Standard, standing before you to present an introduction to our debate is conservation of underground water resource and its appropriate use. Water conservation refers to the preservation, control, and development of water resources, both surface and groundwater, and prevention of pollution. The main purpose of conservation of underground water is to maintain the underground water table and preventing land subsidence resulted from the use of underground water as raw material for clean water. The effort required is how doing underground water conservation. And groundwater helps to keep our rivers flowing. Groundwater is largely using for agricultural purpose, industrial purpose, and for domestic use. The main advantages of conservation of underground water is groundwater does not get evaporated, it does not get contaminated by pollutants. It remains in a stable condition as temperature does not fluctuate. It provides moisture to vegetation. The problems of conservation of underground water is water flowing underground water, water for agriculture, water used for domestic purpose and for animals, water for industrial use. The main problem of the people is not using water in a proper way. Maybe this idea of conserving water may be useful, and the main challenge of us is how to conserve underground water. The main purpose of saying or arguing about this particular thing is about conserving water in different ways at different places. Now in our generation we are not using properly, which can cause damage to future generations. Because of not saving groundwater, many people will not able to get water for drinking and agriculture. We would be exhausting the resources, so we have to reduce our daily usage of water. Water is required for manufacturing processes, and this demand often competes with domestic and agricultural uses. So we should conserve water for future generations. My next speakers would highlight elaborately on this topic in various aspects. My opponents are welcome for any sort of clarifications. Thank you.
My dear Jahnavi, I have a question for you. You said that underground water will be not evaporated. And what are the measures you will take or methods you will do to prevent underground water usage?
I will dig some ponds and lakes in nearby village, and I will preserve the rainwater. Then I will conserve underground water.
Okay, but you said that surface water as well as groundwater also getting polluted. And what are the measures you will take? The water you have stored in ponds by rainwater.
I will not allow the industrial wastewater to come in my lakes and ponds.
But it's not possible as per aspects.
I will do it.
Okay, then say me what are the methods you will take.
We will instruct the people not to pollute the water in the lakes and ponds.
What if people not listen?
We will take some more actions.
What are the actions that you take? Can you elaborately explain us?
We will motivate the people.
How will you motivate? I want to know. Any one of you can answer for my question. Please continue.
If we don't preserve the underground water, the future generations will feel or suffer for that.
I am asking the question that how will you motivate the people to conserve?
We will take actions now.
What are the actions I asked?
What can we see more than that?
You said we will prove in actions. That we are trying to know what are the actions we will take.
By saying them clearly about the underground situation.
Do you think that people will listen? will you motivate them?
In an understanding way,
1 minute, 1 minute. Now you have to present your course, not after 1 or 2 questions, you have to present your course, okay?
Okay, Father. Can I start now?
Maximum 2 questions you can ask. Afterwards, we'll start.
Can I continue my questions or my
No, no,
speech?
no. Speech.
Good morning, dear respected moderator. I am Sahiti of 10th class, standing you before to present an introduction to the theme of the day, our debate, conservation of groundwater resource and its appropriate use. Groundwater is the water present beneath Earth's surface in rocks and soil pore spaces and its structure of rock formation. If we conserve the underground water, the future generations will be happy without buying water. But the water present situation will become difficult. The disadvantages of water conservation is the high cost of development of water conservation devices and instrument over the roof. The rainfall is unpredictable and so another source of must be identified for daily use. Conserving water reduces wear and tear on the major resources such as water and the wastewater treatment plants and the distribution system that deliver water to public. Using less water can also enable us to become more flexible during times when there is a water shortage. When water runs dry, people cannot get enough water to drink, wash the clothes, cultivate crops, feed animals, and even economic decline may occur. When groundwater is conserved, the groundwater can get mixed with the chemical salts and waste toxics and get polluted. When such water is used in agriculture for drinking purpose, there is every chance getting diseases like diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, fever, and other waterborne illness. At conclusion, and so I would suggest not conservation but free use of underground water resource. People should be free for makers of water of their daily activities. Any restrictions in their regard would be cause damage to many human activities of development. Can I get few more minutes?
Warning will be given afterwards. Maybe
And my next speakers would highlight elaborately on this topic in various aspects. My opponents are welcome for any sort of qualifications.
What are the negative points of underground water?
We said that when the conservation of water in the underground, where the toxic waste and the chemical salts get mixed with the water, which we are conserving in groundwater, if we use such water, we get so many diseases which are lead to human death.
If we use all underground water, what is the future generation we use water?
But present situation is becoming so difficult, and even we are buying water for drinking in present situations. What about future you are saying? What about present issue I am asking?
Future generation use underground
That's
water.
okay. I too will support your argument that future generation need water. But I am asking that what about present generation and present situation of human?
Good morning to all. I am Sheikh Lorraine of 10th class, standing before you all speak of the benefits of conservation of underground water resources with regard to agriculture. Agriculture is one of the occupations on earth which needs more groundwater for production. Water grown from underground water resources through borewells, tubewells is a main source of cultivation of crops like rice, groundnuts, vegetables and fruits, etc. Nowadays, farmers are using more groundwater for agriculture. They are not using is a appropriate way for crops. So, if we fix motors, we can estimate how much also wood can groundwater they use, and government profit from these matters because they get income from farmers and will execute many other welfare schemes for farmers. Because of fixing meters, we control the usage of groundwater also, so that the future generations also will not suffer for extension. We need water for agriculture and for various needs. We want water for almost every activity of our life. We use water. Definitely the water which we use comes all human activities from the underground all also. So this is the main resources except for you unnecessarily water for everything. Me and if we cannot save water for future generations, it would be a crime. So what I want to say there is we should use water unnecessarily. So by fixing meters we can maintain properly conservation of underground water. Thank you.
Now you may ask two questions. Afterwards, then you present the other. But anybody from the group can answer the question.
Can I ask one question? What is the government? Why is the government giving high yielding seeds for agriculture if it cannot provide insufficient water for agriculture?
We did not say the high yielding seeds.
But you said that government is providing better to them, and as well as we are asking that same government is sending hybrid seeds, which needs more water. And you are saying that we should not use the water more necessary. Then we are asking why the government is providing hybrid seeds for cultivation.
We said only fixing meters, not about the high yielding seeds.
But we are asking that you are not getting our question. That same government is providing hybrid seeds which needs. Why is the government providing high yielding seeds?
They did not provide a high yielding seeds.
They said government is providing meters as well as that same government in agriculture purpose. If you fix the meters, then how will poor agriculture people will cultivate the land? If you fix the meters, the poor people how will use less water?
We not fixing any meters.
Use. Yes, I am asking the question. If we fix meters, the poor people will use less water.
We can say that we will use more water.
You said that you want to conserve the water. You are saying that we have to conserve the water.
Okay, continue before asking.
Good morning to dear respected moderator, judges and all my dear disalites. I am D. Manjula of 10th class standing in front of you to highlight the disadvantages of conserving groundwater resources for agriculture purpose. The damage it can cause to many lives if it is conserved instead of using it extensively as and when required. Groundwater does not belong to anybody. If you fix meters, farmers should pay more money. If their meters get damaged, we need to invest more money to get it repaired. Customers would be required to pay for all water used, even if some of it lost due to leakage. So we need to use more water for agriculture as much they require. Groundwater is necessary for agriculture to cultivate crops, vegetables, fruits, etc. By producing paddy, it is useful for humans to eat food. To cultivate rice crops, we need more water. So we are using required water all over the world, and half of the world using mostly groundwater for agriculture and for drinking purpose. Even food industries depend on agriculture industries and give context to farmers, which give living sources for farmers and their livelihood. If government can supply surface water for agriculture, the farmers definitely would not use groundwater for agriculture. We definitely use groundwater profusely for agriculture because government give high yielding seeds. for farmers which need more water for cultivation. So we need to use liberally groundwater. High yielding seeds also need more minerals from soil which would weaken the fertility of the soil. Then how will you balance it? If it is only possible through the extensive use of groundwater resources. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Anyone, we can counter the question. Any counter question we can ask. Any person, anybody can.
We are saying that always saving water, saving water. What is that saving water? Can you please explain that? In a negative way, she is saying that no.
I said use groundwater for agriculture. If groundwater is not using for agriculture, how can we get food? How will farmers will cultivate the paddy?
Why should we only use groundwater? Any other ways are there? No.
Ah, if rains are more less, how will we get water? Where will we get water?
If rainfall is less, we can.
One more question.
Anybody, anything can ask.
Anyone of
I am Jipuja of 10th class, standing before you all to speak of underground water and its appropriate use. Nowadays, living beings are not getting safe drinking water. How can we give safe drinking water for animals? So I am here on the purpose of standing on the side of proceeding safe drinking water for domestic animals. Animals also are living beings on the earth. So we have to arrange some storage like small canals, some inundation pits, etc. Conserving groundwater does mean that we are getting water from canals or rivers by reserving some amount of water from the underground resources. The reason behind the solution is that we would be able to use water if there is water in the underground. Otherwise, no living being can be able to survive without water in the underground. And another reason for not getting safe drinking water, because of the growing industries, they are releasing wastage into the water resources and contaminated the underground water resources. Because of that, the industrialists stop releasing the wastage from industries into the water resources for the sake of domestic animals to provide them safe drinking water. So my question is, how to
she wants to counter on you.
They will ask question. You will take. Anybody can answer.
Let me oppose a question to my previous opponent speaker. I would like to ask her whether we need to vanish industries, because you said that industries are one of the reasons for polluting the water by deposing wastage of industries to water resources. And by drinking such wastewater, the animals are unable to survive their lives. If we object industries for the sake of animals, then what about the life situations of humans, how they can survive their life?
Okay, I will answer for you. Need not to vanish industries for not releasing wastage, but you can construct the industries in the outskirts of villages, so it is also helpful for the development of the country as well as the usage of water and to provide safe drinking water for living beings on earth.
One more question.
You said that no need of removing industries, but keeping in the outskirts we can solve this problem. I ask you, does the government don't know all this? What the causes that makes by the industries? Why the government have approved the industries in the cities?
If they know also, they want the economy of the country, so they are constructing the industries in the cities, not in the outskirts of the villages. So I am requesting to construct the industries in the outskirts of the villages.
Yes. Does that water does not pollute the water?
In a less percentage, okay?
you, Nagarani, from 10th class, standing in front of you to highlight the disadvantages of conserving underground water resources for domestic purpose and how it can damage to many lives if it is conserved instead of using it as and when required. If we conserve water instead of using, it causes damage to industries because water plays an important role in industries. Water is used for fabricating, processing, washing, diluting, cooling, or transporting a product. If water is not used in industries, then the industries may stop of working. If industries are stopped working, then the humans are unable to survive their lives because industries produces the goods and services. And also the development of a country increases by providing employment to unemployed people. And also industries plays an important role in the economic development of a nation. So in this way, the water is very necessary for industrious purpose.
Your team, you can counter with the questions. 2 questions, then the next one. Any question to ask them on based on this point?
You're saying that we have to conserve water.
If there are no questions, we can start with your
Good morning, dear respected moderator, judge, and my dislikes. I am Rahul Malampalli from 10th class. I am standing before you to present an instruction, the theme of our debate, a conservation of water about the industrial use. After agriculture, industry is the second largest user of the world water. Resources from industries that provide metals and wood products to manufacture of glaciers and chemical water is used in some ways during most production process. The quality of water consumption differ between the types of industries. The steel, chemical, and pulp and paper industries, some of the major uses of large quantity of water for unit price of products because they use fresh water for cooling, cleaning, and product processing. Water savings can be achieved in the industries through a combination of changing behavior, modifying and replacing equipments with water saving equipments to reduce overall water consumption and increase internal resources.
I have a question to you, Rahul. Can I?
question, ask them.
You said that we should conserve water or we should use less water for industrial purpose. But listen, industries will not work with less amount of water. So they did not have any option. So they should close. If industries were closed, what about the people who are working in those industries? What about their income? What about GDP?
We will not close any industries because of water. We will give plenty of water to them.
You are not closing the industries. Industries will not work with less amount of water. You said that we should conserve, no? We are
If
not saying that we should
closed.
close water. Will not work with less amount of water. So they did not have any option. What they will do?
Water is required for necessarily every step of production across of different industries.
Wait.
Industries play a virtual role of the development of country economy. Industries are play virtual role of development of in the country's economy. You cannot close any industries.
Of course, we are also saying that thing only. But you are saying that we should not use water. We should conserve water or we should use less amount of water.
We will like a amount of water in industries. We will not very large.
But we need more amount of water. Industries will not work with less amount of water. How can you say?
We will use, man. We will not use very large amount of water. We will require.
What preventions will you take for that?
It will possible. We will do it.
That's not possible. Manufacturing, oiling, mining.
Our government will do.
That's not possible at all. Industries are the key resource. How can you say?
Industries are only
Till now,
depend
the
on
government did not take any actions on that. How can you
Industries
say?
are not only depend on water.
No, they will depend on only the water. Good morning, the respected moderator, judges, and all my dear slates. I am Satish of 10th class, standing in front of you to highlight the disadvantages of conserving groundwater resource for industrial purpose and how it can cause damage to many lives. If it is conserved instead of being used, it as and when required, it would dry up all the cultivable lands and make all the human beings and also animals die of thirst. Groundwater is a key resource for many industries and contributes to employment and economic growth. Various industrial processes make more use of groundwater resource where surface water is limited in quantity but also required profusely for quality activities for production. Industries that withdraw more groundwater include manufacturing, mining, oil and gas, energy generation, engineering and construction. Many production processes need a large amount of water for washing and cleaning their products at the end of the production. Groundwater is often used in mineral extraction and processing. Industrial sector has a strong potential for limiting water pollution and also there should not be any restriction in drawing out underground water. Groundwater remediation techniques treat, purify polluted groundwater by removing pollutants. Therefore, optimum use of groundwater be acceptable and it should have the priority. The mining industries, through its various activities, many collects important data on the location. Hence, I conclude that industries should use optimum use of groundwater for the different activities. Then the country or state will be developed. Opponent can ask the questions. Do you have any questions?
You are saying we can use all the groundwater for industries. If we use all the groundwater for industrialization, what about future? And in future, how can you continue industries? There also you will need water, no?
What about the present situation? If you're not using, what about manufacturing, mining? Where do you get all these? Where do you get their electricity? What about our situation? Even though Indian GDP will go down, the development will not take place.
We should not think about now only. We should think about the future also, no?
Yes, but present we need to live now. Live on the earth.
Present we want to live.
We live on the
have
earth
to
only, we
use
can
the
think.
water, but in a limited manner only. We should not use all the groundwater.
With limited water, we can't. Industries can't work. Okay, we need to use more water only. Then the industries would work, able to work.
But what about agriculture? If we use all the water for industrialization.
Okay, now your turn to start.
Good morning, Dean. Good morning. Good morning, dear respected moderator, judges, and all media disciplines. I'm P. Hamlata of 10th class, standing in front of you to give a conclusion to the topic of our debate, conservation of underground water and its appropriate use. Water conservation means the practice of using water effectively and to reduce unnecessary wastage of water. Water conservation is important because fresh, clean water is a limited resource for mankind, animals, birds, and all other living beings, which need water for their survival. And it is our responsibility to use water in an effective way. Water is essential in many sectors like agriculture, industries, and domestic. All these sectors are important for development of a country. But industries are using more groundwater to increase their production and service. It will be helpful to our country's development. What about our future generation? So government should take measures on industries for not using more underground water because underground water is exhausted. Future generations may have to purchase even drinking water. Hence, we must focus on conservation of underground water. Agriculture sector is also using more water to provide food to the country. But they should also use water in a controlled manner. The government also should take steps towards it by fixing meters to the borewells and limited current should be supplied freely. And above all, the domestic use of water is also a main issue to be considered. It could be controlled by us only to the extent of our needs. We all should conserve water for our future and it is to be taken as a fundamental responsibility. Thank you.
You said that we want to use groundwater efficiently, effectively. You only say that, again you are opposing us. How is this possible?
Yes, we are saying effective only. No, we should not use water which we need more than that.
We just use what water needed. how much required we use that amount of water.
You all are saying we want groundwater, we will use it. But we are saying we should conserve it, we should use it, and we should conserve it for our future generations.
We didn't say we use groundwater unnecessarily. We use necessarily how much.
You are only saying industries will not run without water.
Yes, we use necessarily.
Okay, now you can present your course. Then afterwards, you can ask some questions and I will give you maybe 1 minute for each day to conclude. Why we should preserve water for future, why we should use water now. So that is the debate point. So why you are trying to give a point, point 1, point 2, point 3. Because of this, preserve water. And in our subject, point 1, 2, 3. Therefore, use the water preserve. Okay? That captain or anyone, you do designate can help. Okay? Concluding remarks will be anyone. You get ready for that. Based on this, we argue. Based on this, we argue. Okay.
Good afternoon, dear respected moderator and judges and my dear dislikes. I am K. Krishnapriya of 10th class standing in front of you to give conclusion about the conservation of groundwater and appropriate. In agriculture, fixing meters for bore wells is not needed. We want to pay for all water used even if some water is lost due to leaks. Not only paying for water, but also have to pay for electricity. Electricity bill and water bill become more burden for small farmers. Industries play an important role in the economic development of any nation. Without industries, economic development is impossible. Most of the industries are set up in the outskirts of the cities or villages. There will be less contamination of drinking water for animals due to the industries. Groundwater is a key resource for many industries and contributes to the employment and economic growth. Industrial sector contributes 25.92% for Indian economy, while agriculture sector contributes 20.19% for Indian economy. Agriculture and industrial sectors contribute more for economy and they increase the GDP of our country. Groundwater is a source of about 37% of water that city water departments supply to households and public. It provides drinking water for more than 90% of the rural population who do not get their water delivered to them from a city water department or private water company. Half of the world depends upon groundwater for agriculture, industries, drinking water, household, domestic purpose, etc. If we conserve groundwater, there will not be employment and livelihood and development does not take place in any nation. There is no use of conserving groundwater. We just need to use it profusely and fulfill our needs. My opponents are welcome for any sort of clarification. Thank you.
You can ask the question, then I'll give you 1 minute for concluding what it is.
I have one question for you. If we use more water for industries only, as well as the GDP is increasing because of industries only, not that's the important for the country. Human development is the more important in various ways like giving food or giving something useful things for the small members.
We are using groundwater not only for industries, we are using for industries and agriculture.
If we use only more amount of water to industries, what other can do?
We are saying we can distribute equally about groundwater.
Okay, now listen. The debating point is preserve water for the future. They are arguing preserve water. And they are telling use water now. Without present, what is the future? So, the point is, the debating point is settling down to these 2 points. So, they will argue their reason. why water should be preserved for the future. Calculate the way in which they organize their points. That is more important. Not your opinion about preserve or not reserve. Then this team will argue, use the water for the present. Why or why not? Okay? So you conclude your argument, it should be very forceful. You have to convince people to your side. You are playing with the mind of these people. You are the canvassing for your cause. You are also canvassing for your cause. It should be forceful enough. Anybody from your team, 1 minute to conclude.
We should preserve water for our future generations because our future generations also use water for industries and agriculture and for their daily uses. So we should preserve water.
Okay, you said that we want to preserve.
Concluding remarks. They are telling their points on which they are doing.
We should not use more water only for industries, but we should share water for agriculture and for our daily uses. That's all. Thank you.
And your argument. Not to them, to everybody.
In your conclusion also you said groundwater preservation is important for industry and agriculture also. Now we are raising the point that same way present situation also important.
Conclude your argument. Why you should want to use water now?
If we not use the water, present situation will become difficult. Even nowadays we are buying water also.
That's all.
That's all.
Now the time for voting. A debate should be voted for or voted against. Who are the teachers? Then you can give your opinion. Then we will count which team debated best. This is for or positive. This is negative, against. For and against. What's the captain's name? Jahnavi. Jahnavi's team for then they are against preservation, And your team captain? Sahidi. Okay. Jahnavi and Sahidi. Students also can express your views. I will give time so that you will also know how you were following the arguments. Now the debate is over. Debate. Khatam Kuwa. Teacher, which team argued best game? For or against? Then we will count the vote.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father. The group which is supporting the groundwater.
Give it in writing. Writing on a sheet of paper and bring it.
Oh, no need to express, sir.
No need.
నేను వీడియో తీయాలి మిస్
All those who were evaluating, bring them. Then in the presence of captains, we will check.
Hemalata. She is Hemalata.
yes miss